Yeah, yeah. Everybody else you go into, like you're right, the Fighters Guild. You go into places. Sometimes you go into some of the Mages Guild, and they're like, "Oh, hello, it's you." But you go into the Dark Brother, and they're like, "Welcome, your brother." Except for that one Khajiit, who's a complete and total dick.
Blessings, citizen.
Ah, blessings upon you.
This is crazy. Hold on. Having one little issue.
You got Johnny from Airplane who unplugged it. Oopsie.
We are back, and we have the, oh, thank you. We have the proper link in there. Yeah, cool. All right, sweet. We're all good to go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It was a lot of, I've never done a stream like this before where we have, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm still playing on the Xbox, and we have you on the computer over there. You're actually, like, really far away from where I am, but to them, it looks like we're right next to each other. Yeah. Sick. All right, so yeah, please, guys. QR code is in the bottom corner there. It does work. And we have the proper donate link in the description right now. So, yeah, Alzheimer's is quite the thing. I've you know, knock on wood, I haven't had anyone that I know personally have issues with Alzheimer's, but I know it's devastating.
The odds are that you will, and in time. And the thing is that we're looking at people talking about their grandparents, talking about their parents, but it's happening to people younger and younger all the time. I mean, look at Robin Williams and Bruce Willis with the Lewy body, and you know, we lost all sorts of people to Alzheimer's through the years. That just they get taken before they take them, so we become the keeper of their memories.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I saw Samuel L. Jackson doing making a post.
Buy the nine donated $100. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Whoa. Okay, we already got to our little. So that was just the default cap, but obviously we can go well beyond that. So please keep donating. Thank you so much. Dude, that was awesome. Appreciate it. Let's keep this up.
The 9.
I don't think we. Well, I guess besides the chicken Wabajack skit, we've never had like a conversation in your voice. But, we'll have to do that.
It's the donations you see.
I see. Yes, go ahead. Goodbye.
Have you heard? Wes is raising funds to fight Alzheimer's.
Ah, well met, Imperial.
It's too weird. It's too much.
Once again, we meet at the family reunion where all of us are inbred and sound exactly the same.
Oh my god, it's incredible. Although in the game it's not weird. There's lots of Wes's talking to Wes's when you play Oblivion all the time. But,
well, that's the funny thing is now when you go into Oblivion Remastered, if you go into like the 3 brothers, only 2 of the brothers sound like me. The third brother, I think the milkman might have dropped by at some point. You know what I mean? Honey, why doesn't this one sound like the rest of us?
Yeah, I think there should be a mod where, because back in the day when this game was still, the original game was still being made, I know you voiced a lot of the Bretons as well, if I'm not wrong.
I voiced the Bretons in Morrowind. Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
true.
you come right in. Now, sir, you were born under a certain sign.
Well,
Tell us a bit.
fantastic.
I see you there.
I know what you mean about the people not looking like potatoes. She looks like she has an Instagram account. She's an
He's an
influencer.
influencer.
Yeah.
He's a shivering aisle influencer.
Is
Oh, that's fantastic.
She didn't pay for that jewelry. They sent it to her as long as she'd wear it on camera.
Exactly. Yeah, we need a Wes preservation mod where everyone is voiced by Wes.
I was the orcs in Morrowind. I was Marin's Dagon.
I did not know that.
If anyone sounded like Sean Connery, that was me as well.
Okay, wow, interesting. I'm pretty good at spotting my
Now,
Wes's.
Sasha Sergala, I loved him. Someone stole your sweet roll. What would you do?
That's awesome. Oh, so cool. And then there's all those little mods
Blessings.
Pixel Mix, I'm doing well.
Take care. You've confessed to attempting to
what's
kill
going on
me, I
here?
understand. The penalty for this treachery is death, and is to be carried out immediately.
Well, she's pretty harsh. Herder.
Oh.
It
Oh.
sounds like to say his own name, right? Herder.
Herder.
What's your
That's
name?
how I
See
say
now
it
what
too. Yeah.
happens when those who oppose me fail. I'm pleased with your work, Inquisitor. In addition, accept this bow. May your enemies fear you and never know from where or with what enchantment you shall strike.
Ooh.
It's hard to give her a hug. You could put out an eye.
Yeah, she's a little spiky. Absolutely. Oh, I'm over encumbered. I love it when they give you a gift and then it over encumbers you. Classic. Let's just, I'll come back for this. Actually, I'll drop this.
I also love when you do something for somebody and they're very happy with you, and you turn around and you tap them again. They're like, "What do you want?" Oh.
Yeah, you have a sweet conversation with someone, you just help them out in a quest, and you happen to be in their house, and they're like, "Thank you so much, I'm indebted to you," and then the minute you're out of the conversation, they go, "Leave now," you know?
Yeah. You never should have come here.
I wish I could do that. Oh god. But yeah, there's lots of little mods, like there's the big one is Sky Oblivion, and then there's one called Star Oblivion, which is Oblivion in Starfield, right? That's the new... Yeah, and that's I think it's great.
Reaching out to me, want me to voice the mods, and it's like, I'm not allowed to voice the mods. I appreciate it, but it's a great place for people to get practice and exercise. The one thing I hate is when they say, well, if I can't get you to do the mod, I'm going to get your voice from somewhere else, train it, and use it as AI. How about if I just rip you off? It's like, can I borrow a cup of sugar? No, I'm sorry, we only have enough sugar to make some pies in here. Okay, well, once you shut your door, I'm going to break in the back. I'm going to steal your sugar and your TV. How about that?
Yeah. Great way of putting it. Oh, man. Well, I actually voiced Imperial Guard for the Star Oblivion one, so we'll see if they use it.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. See, I would play that. I would enjoy that. You and Daniel Hodge are out there doing stuff, and the thing is, you could voice your own stuff, Emmett. We talked about that before. You could do this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a blast.
What is it?
You know what's funny though, the acting part is like I'm not quite there yet. All I've really done is I'm just like a Kroger brand Wes Johnson. I'm just kind of copying you, but
You should take my class. I have a video game voice acting class.
you do. Yeah, I should get on.
And the fun thing about that is, after the class, there's a Discord group that is only for alumni. And so we have all this group of people who've taken the class who share auditions and tips and studio stuff, and it's like a whole community.
That's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I should check that out. I did. It's so tough getting into acting. I've tried to do it here and there as I've gotten older. So many of there's always like a guy who comes around and says, like, come aboard, come with us, give us a little bit of money, and we'll get you auditions and stuff. And like 90% of the time, they're like scams. So it's tough out there.
Yeah. First thing I would say to anybody who wants to do this, D. Bradley Baker, do you know him?
Yeah.
Voice actor. He has a page called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. And it gives you all sorts of great information. Build your home studio. I mean, you already got half that stuff there. All you need probably is to get yourself a nice further microphone you have there, either a booth around it, or get yourself a Chaotica eyeball. Have you ever seen those?
No, what is that?
That is basically a ball that is a booth around your microphone with a pop filter built into it, and it keeps it from echoing. The echo you get from a room, it gets rid of it. So, you get artists and people who are recording in their home studios in their home, instead of getting an echo bouncing off the wall, they get a little Chaotica eyeball and put that on their microphone, and suddenly, if you can get a dead room, you can make a $100 microphone sound like $1 million.
Wow.
If you have a room with echoes bouncing off the walls, you can make a $1 million microphone sound like crap.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
I should. Peacemaker derelict is not only did he play the clones in Clone Wars, he's Eagly in Peacemaker. He's the eagle.
Oh, whoa, that's cool. Dang. Let's see.
Max will come. Max will be here. Max is out somewhere.
Yeah, it's so funny. So many things were happening today. That's the way life works. Everything happens at once, which is all good. But yeah, Max got a new job today. And I don't know if you know this, but he's a welder now. He's just an iron worker.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Does he carry tools around his belt? Does he carry keys?
He's starting to look like an iron worker. He has the hard hat and like the highlighter clothes, like cautionary clothes, and he's getting a little more tan and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, the problem is though, you start putting more things on your belt like that, you start getting that refrigerator repairman crack showing to everybody, and it becomes a way of life.
That's right. Well, he's not there yet. I'm envious of him. He's been very lean his whole life, and he can eat whatever he wants, and he's all good. He's got that Anakin Skywalker build.
I'm filling in for Max. I am no substitute for Max, but I'm filling in for Max today while we try to raise funds for the Alzheimer's Association. So
yes, we're at someone else just donated. We're at $331. Thank you guys. This is awesome. Let's keep it up.
You guys rock. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. This is good because we don't see any of the money. Emmett, I wish there was a way, but we don't. It doesn't come through our fingers. It goes directly to the Alzheimer's Association, and that goes to research. It goes to caregivers. It goes to keeping the 24/7 hotline available and information. And truthfully, we want the research to be done. Did you guys know? Oh yeah. Shout out to Max Johnson's animations. My son Max's animations are twisted. If you get a chance, check him out at Max Johnson Inc. on YouTube. He's got some really cool stuff.
He's a genius. He's legitimately an artistic genius. I don't say that lightly. So yeah, please go check him out. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, thank you, Shmumbo, for bringing that up.
Yeah. Okay, Thaden. What am I supposed to do with Thaden, guys? Help us out here. What do I do with this guy?
That looks like an inflatable hat, doesn't it? It looks like you got that at Chuck E. Cheese or something.
It does. They made some of the eyes are so scary in this.
I feel as though we've talked about this. Am I mistaken? Perhaps you're mistaken, and we have spoken of it. I simply can't recall.
Craig Seckler. Gotta love Craig Seckler. The elves. There are two different kinds of elves. I love all the elves. I love the elves from Morrowind because they're Jeff Baker. And then you've got Craig Seckler as the elves in Oblivion, and he's just so snotty.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. They actually, I think for this one,
run away like he says, run away.
Run away! The trilled R's are the best part, and he's so the animation in all of his acting is incredible. I feel like he's out of breath by the end of all of his. Hello, how are you? What's going on? It's like there's so
one of my favorite things ever when we did the Oblivion remaster or the Skyrim 10th anniversary. Is both Craig and I were in studio. Everybody else came in via satellite. But Craig and I were in studio, and I brought a yellow troll wig.
Incredible.
And Craig Seckler has the best hair in the world, this Pierce Brosnan wonderful head of hair. And I got him to put that on his head instead. And I got to tell you something. First of all, Craig loves his fans. He put a leather jacket on him, and he's like tunnel snakes forever, right? He looks good in a leather jacket. However, put that wig on him, and suddenly he's like, Bayazura, Bayazura, Bayazura. And they're actually on, if you go to TikTok, there's some videos on there.
I was about to say, I saw that on TikTok.
And I decided to dress up as Sheogorath and did a duet with him.
Oh, sick. I did not see that. I'll have to check that out. That is really cool. Yeah, I don't use TikTok a lot, but it's there, and he followed us like about a year ago, and that was really cool to see. So, yeah.
I am a LaFave Brothers fan, and yes, someone asked if I'm a gamer. I do play. I play these games. I got to tell you something. Between Morrowind, when I voiced Morrowind, and then played it for like 700 hours, before I went in and voiced Oblivion, I was able to find myself immersed in the world. It makes a difference voicing them when you play them.
I'm sure. Yeah, you have like a completely different. You'd have to. It's kind of like as a musician, like when I make a song, I know I can't hear it the same way anyone else is ever going to hear it, and I feel like it's the same thing. Yeah.
Well, when you hear the music though, sometimes, and you play it back, you're not listening to your voice necessarily. You're listening to the mix. You're listening to see how it all works together, how it grooves. And when I listen to a game, when I play a game, that's what I'm listening for. Is it immersed in the game? Does it stick out like a sore thumb, or does it work in the story context?
That's nice, yeah.
Once I get past that, I'm just the guy with the controller,
Yeah, for sure. No, it's interesting. And the other thing, it's so cool, the trajectory of gaming seems to kind of mirror that of like film a lot. I mean, they always say when you're like a play actor and you're an opera or something, you have to act big. And I've noticed with games is like older voice acting in games is a lot more animated because the animation of the game itself is so much more rudimentary. And now games that are super HD and you can see like all the pores on the guy's face. It's kind of the same thing with film where you assume everything's sort of like a close-up shot and you got to act small and stuff. I've noticed that with a lot of performances.
It also depends upon the character. Like Sheogorath is going to eat the furniture. But I just did in ESO, I just did a character by the name of Johannes Verlaine, who is the father, who is passing away and has regrets about his son, and you have to go back and help him come back to the world in his body for a few minutes so he can spend some time with his son and make amends. And it was hugely emotional for me.
That's very emotional. Wow.
Yeah, and he's a lot more low key. I have some characters that are fairly low key, and people don't recognize it as me. They recognize the more over the top things sometimes.
Yeah. Wow.
The funny thing is, when I did Starfield, there was a little bit of the Imperial Guard kind of attitude towards Ron Hope, except it was more also like a cross between Dabney Coleman and Kevin Spacey and all the bad bosses you've ever had who were a dick, but also just very unctuous, politician-wise, man of the people. And people heard the Imperial voice and they're like, where's this guy been all these years? He never did anything but that. He did.
Isn't there?
I was a lot of different characters. Oh, hello there.
Cutting yourself off. Oh, man. Chalice of Reversal.
Have you noticed they're making him look a little more like me suddenly?
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that as well. Yeah, it's almost like I'm looking at him and you, and it's like the same guy. Yeah.
He's got the West nose now. And the West eyebrows.
That's really true. Oh, man. You got a lot of gel in your hair.
I wish hair was still more like his, however.
That's great. Someone else in our last stream, someone likened Sheo to Mr. Krabs. I don't know how you feel about that, but
No, they both have a similarity kind of thing, but I'll tell you what, Clancy Brown is a hell of an actor. So,
for sure, yeah.
And if you hear Mr. Krabs in there, that's fine, but I think there are differences.
Better be good.
Oh, no, for sure, yeah. Definitely not a... Let's see, can I bribe this guy? How do I bribe? Here we go.
The thing is, Sheogorath goes between Irish and Scottish. He sometimes drops the accent altogether.
That's the whole...
It's the Elytra. If
that falls in line with the theme of...
See you.
Of the whole land here.
Greetings. Here we are.
Here we are.
Farewell.
What do you know about the Chalice of Reversal? Nothing?
Stay safe.
That's too bad. What did we learn, guys? Anything in this quest here? Oh, I have a marker now. Beautiful. I am one of those dumb gamers where I just like to see the waypoint and I like to just walk towards it and not think about things too much. But you know.
Right.
When I played Morrowind, I did have like a little physical journal with me in real life that I just like jotted notes down to keep things straight.
Hi.
A little more open-ended.
What do you miss from Morrowind? What do you wish you had from Morrowind in Oblivion or Skyrim?
It's hard to say because they're all so different. I would like to see a remastered Morrowind because it's so different. I mean, you know, all these other games take from real world culture, but Morrowind is like suddenly you're on Mars or something. You know, it's so interesting just for that, just for its aesthetic. Cyrodiil feels like I'm in the English countryside, and that's what I love about it. Obviously, Skyrim was like you're a Nord. You know, you're in ancient Denmark or something. I don't know. But then Morrowind is like, where the heck are we? We're in some foreign planet, which is super
foreign planet / bayou swampy land.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of swamp there for sure. But then like all the creatures and stuff, like it's whoa. Oh my god.
Yeah, the cliff racers, Mounty, talking about the cliff racers, I hated those suckers with a passion.
We all do.
The levitation spell was cool, but I love the boots. The boots of levitation. I miss those.
Those are nice.
Where you could get in the boots of levitation and walk across the entire map through the air.
That is a pretty nifty device. And it stops you from having to do stuff like this, where you spam jump up the mountain here, but this is also kind of a classic.
You know, that also increases your acrobatics. And get a horse. A horse, you can climb up the side of a mountain with a horse. Spider horse.
That's true. Yeah, I've gotten into the habit of just like hopping everywhere to get my acrobatics up. I love the sky in this is really blowing me away. The Shivering Isles is maybe my favorite part of the new remaster because it's like gorgeous, man. That cotton candy sky.
Hello there, this Big E. Everyone who says hello, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Pleasure.
If you guys have any questions for Wes, drop them in the chat there, and I'll try to ask him.
Boots of blinding speed. Never wear those on a date.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, honey. Wrong boots. Biker Dad, good to see you as well.
Well, we just crossed $400. Thank you so much, guys. Let's keep it up.
Oh yeah, keep bringing it. You guys are doing so much good and helping so many people. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, guys, make sure not to send the donations onto YouTube here, but use the QR code down below or the link in the description to donate to the Alzheimer's Association. Oh my gosh!
Faith says I've lost a lot of weight. Wonders if I'm doing well. I've gained weight back. You know, I was gone in January. They had to resuscitate me. Basically, I had a colonoscopy that caused me to have an intussusception, liver shock, and then I stopped absorbing nutrients. And I went from 175 to 127. Basically, no matter what I was eating, I was only getting 5% of the nutrients. And when I went down to the Alzheimer's Association national meeting in Atlanta in January, I was going to speak for them. In the hotel, I went to sleep and I never got up. And if it weren't for my wife and my son reaching and finally getting the security to come in, they got to me just in time because the paramedics said I had, I was unresponsive, had very little pulse.
Jesus,
and
dude.
then I had to be resuscitated on the way to the hospital. And my organs had started shutting down to the point that they put me on dialysis for 3 days. They had me intubated. They had me in a medically induced coma for 4 days. Transfusions. They told my wife I wasn't going to make it. And they put out a GoFundMe, which was a funeral expense at first.
Seriously?
Yeah, it
Oh
was a
my
funeral
God.
expense. But then it became to pay the medical bills, which is great because those medical bills went way through the roof. But that's not the important thing. Was everybody who reached out to me, Emmett.
Yeah. Right.
All the people and all the kind words and all the things that everybody was saying to me are the kind of things that you don't hear people say to you while you're still alive. It's normally you're gone before they say those kind of things. So it was like my George Bailey moment, being able to hear how people felt and what people cared. And Kenny from Fallout for Hope put together a little show where a bunch of people came in talking about how they met me. And by that point, it was I'd been in the hospital for 10 days. I didn't know about anything until 6 days after I'd been in the hospital before I was even allowed. I was out of the coma for 3 days before they would even let me look at anything online. They were like, "You're on drugs. We don't know what you'll say." So they wouldn't let me have my phone. And I'm like, guys, I'm sitting here in the middle of the night for 12 hours while you go home or go to the hotel. Let me have this so I can at least read a Kindle. That would be nice. So eventually I started reading up, and I don't know if I cried as much as I ever did. It was just good tears, you know. And it's to get a second chance at life like that. I've now gone from 127 pounds and back to 150. I'm moving back up. I'm eating even as we snack right now. I've got myself some dried edamame beans, and you saw me eating a little mac and cheese earlier. I constantly eat, which is nice. And at one point, I'll have to curb that again. But you know, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad also the folks from the Alzheimer's Association, Emmett, when they found out I was supposed to be there for them, they had somebody with me 24/7. 3 people round the clock would rotate and stay with me while I was in a coma.
Oh, wow.
Until my family arrived. They flew my wife and son to Atlanta to be with me, put them up in a room for the duration of the time I was in the hospital. Got hospital rooms for my brothers and sisters to come down because they thought it might be the end.
Yeah.
That's what they do for people. They weren't thinking about themselves. They weren't thinking Wes could have been here and should have been talking for us. He said he was going to talk for us and speak for us. No, they were like, Wes needs help.
Right. Yeah. All the focus is kind of on your well-being. Yeah.
And that's what they do for people right now. And I don't mean to get super emotional about it, but it's the fact that they are helping people at the worst time of their lives, and I've been through it, and getting a chance to see it from that side was profound. And seeing life from the other side and realizing that there's so many things in life that you put weight on and stress you out, and they don't matter. They just don't matter. We're here. We're alive. Tell people that you love them. You have a beef with somebody, call them and tell them that you love them. Call and tell them that you're glad they're around, or just say hi, you know? And if you have a little $1 or $2 that you can share for somebody whose family is being torn literally apart emotionally because their loved one is losing who they are, not just forgetting who they are, but becoming somebody else. Different emotions. Their personalities change. They can become combative. They can become withdrawn. Their physicality starts to change. It destroys families, and people act like it's a shame. It's shameful, and it's not. It's truthfully not, because I felt embarrassed when I was ill.
Oh.
I wouldn't have never done any of those things or put any of those things out there, but other people did them for me.
Yeah, I get that.
People don't always ask for help. You should always ask for help, and you should always help and reach out a hand whether help is asked for or not.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here today. We're fighting back. We're not helpless. We're doing what we can.
Heck yeah, man. Wow.
All right.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. And that was such a horrific moment, and it really felt it was heavy for everyone in the community. So we're so glad to have you here.
You know, the thing is, pal, you and your brother are special to me. You know, we had our time, we had our wonderful time together, but it was like, you know how when you meet somebody, first of all, people say, oh, you know somebody online. You've met somebody online. That's not like knowing somebody. No, we make family online. Gamers, streamers, especially since COVID hit, we find people of a like mind and make our family online. You don't get to choose your neighbors. You don't get to choose your family, their blood family, or who's around you. But you do get to choose who becomes the family of your heart. And that's where you find the people online. Ken Viku, who I've been doing this with now for several years. I've been working with him almost 5 years between what we've done for St. Jude's. He's had me help him with him. He's a wonderful man who's done such wonderful things for St. Jude's. And then when I started thinking about Alzheimer's, I was like, can you help me? And he's like, yeah. But we've gotten close. I love that man. I've never met him in person. I'm going to in July.
Oh, good.
We're going to meet in Austin, Texas. We're going to hang out with some of the folks, the devs over at ZeniMax Online Studios in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
And I'll get a chance to see him in person for the first time and give him a big hug. But we're family even without that. You and I and your brother Max, we got to hang out, and you can tell when someone is like one of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You guys were just, it was way cool. We had a good time. We had laughs. We shared. We broke bread. It was fun. And you choose your family along the way. So I followed you guys for all this time, looking at the stuff you're doing online. Now, I know that life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. It gets in the way. Everybody out there is probably like, when's your next big thing? When are you doing this? When are you doing that? Well, you know what? I know life gets in the way. But you do what you can. You get out there. It's just proof that people love you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Likewise. And that is such a great quality of you, how giving you are and how open you are. I don't know if I ever told you this, but you know, when we did that first Oblivion in real life and we had you as a voice with some original lines and stuff, that was like the tops for us. So when we started doing the script for Oblivion in real life too, we were thinking like, how do we up that? And then I was one who was like, oh, maybe we could have Wes like in the flesh, you know, as a character, just for a little cameo or something. And Max was just like, no, it's too, like, it felt like too much, you know. It felt like it was, you know, we were kind of starstruck, and it was just like, oh, he'd never, no. But I'm so glad I did ask, because then, you know, there it was, and it would not have nearly been what it was. It
was so fun to be out there and be able to pull the hood back, Luke Skywalker style, and you know, in the woods. And the thing is, we were in different woods than you were in, but nobody could tell.
Right.
We had to scout locations for woods. Remember that?
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, yeah, that was the closest true life Oblivion experience I've ever had, walking through the woods with Wes. That is what Oblivion is.
And it was nice. We had a good time, and we went. We saw Captain Marvel. Wish we could have seen a better movie, but it was okay because we all hung out. It was fun.
Yeah.
How did you like the Caps game?
the Caps game is super cool. And I'd never been to something like that. I'm not a huge sports guy. I've been to like a few baseball games when I was younger and stuff like that. But to be there in that like massive arena and to hear your voice in real life, but like in sort of an Oblivion arena style.
The arena
setting.
announcer in the arena.
Yeah, it was like, wow, it was a lot. And I don't know if we told you this too, but Max and I were kind of bumming around right before the game. We were checking out all the little things that were going on, and there was like some people were giving away free beer. And so we got a bunch of free beer, and so it was like it was a ball, and we just got
good.
Yeah,
Life can be good sometimes, right?
Fantastic, yeah. A wonderful moment.
Did we go? Did we go to the Irish Channel after that?
I know we went to a market. There was like a fresh produce
Christmas market. Yeah.
And then we went to there was a Starbucks because we were all talking about coffee. Max was big into coffee at the time, and I think so are you. And I don't know if we went to the Irish. Is it what is it, a pub or what? It's
an Irish Channel pub that's nearby there, and that's where I got part of the Irish accent for Sheogorath.
Oh shoot! All right.
No, there's Tom Stack, and he's from Cork, Ireland, right? And so there's the Irish side. He's coming from Tom, and I'll tell you a little story about Tom. We're there at the Irish Channel, and he comes to me and he goes, Wes, I know you love the Macallan, and it's a single malt, and I know you find it very nice, but I want you to try something for me. And I said, well, what's that? What's that, Tom? He goes, it's called Redbreast, and that's an Irish whiskey, and it's a little more blend, but I think you'll find it's just as smooth. It's a little less expensive, and it's just as smooth. And I said, I don't know. And he goes, hold on a second. Bring me a couple of them of the Redbreast. Bring them on over. So he sets up a couple Redbreasts, and I take a sip, and I go, this is internal, by the way, not external. Internally, I'm like, oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah.
Externally, I'm like, I don't know, Tom. Do you mean you don't know? Bring us two more. Bring us two more. You need some proving, lad. You need some proving. Bring us two more. So he brings two more. I'm feeling, I don't know, Tom. I'm feeling maybe it's, you're starting to get there. Well, you're an infuriating lad. You're an infuriating lad. I give you 2 shots and you're telling me it's not nearly. Bring us 2 more. So after the third, I told him, yeah, it's nectar. It's sweet nectar on earth. But if you're getting shots being brought to you by the owner of an Irish pub, never tell them how good it is on the first shot.
Smart man. Does this Tom know he's partial inspiration for Sheogorath?
Well, Tom knows, and he was laughing. He knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
He knew what I was doing. Come on. I mean, how could he not? Because I'm looking at him going, I don't know, Tom. And he's like, it's all the thing. So when it comes to Sheogorath, and they gave me a whole week to think about the character, and they said to me, we want him to be more like a stand-up comic. We're thinking like a Robin Williams type. And I'm like, no, Robin's too cuddly. I'll skip rope with your entrails and flay you alive. It just wouldn't be the same. And I thought, well, who could be funny and scary? Somebody that would make you maybe laugh, but then would, if you're thinking he might beat the pudding out of you if you had a few drinks in him. And there was a couple of guys. There's Bobby Slayton, who was the pitbull of comedy, but he's very Jersey, and I couldn't see Sheogorath being very Jersey. But then I started thinking about Billy Connolly, the Scottish comedian.
Oh, yeah.
And, you've got Billy out there, and if you've ever seen his comedy routine about colonoscopy, it's like a little bit of the badge or pubic hair. No, it's not like those little things. This is like rocket science, NASA. So, you got a little Billy Connolly, but then you've got a little bit of the Tom Stack with the Irish. And then you've got something in the middle that's neither, because with Sheogorath, it's all affectation. So I would swing back and forth. Like, maybe perhaps I have brain pie. Perfect! Here to do it. So within that one line, you get all 3 sides of Sheogorath. You got a little bit of the Irish, you get the Scottish, then you get the malevolent, where it's all dropped. All pretenses dropped. Because if you listen, Sheogorath has got all of those. And I want him to have all of those because I don't want you to feel comfortable where you're landing. Not accent, not sonically, not emotionally, because he can be very friendly.
Wow.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you, lad. Glad you're here. Now, maybe you'll do a skit too. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you like to do that? Or maybe you wouldn't. So you roll through the different emotions. And I remember after doing this and going through the character and getting lost in him and loving it, I had a week to practice and play with him, and they were not expecting that.
Yeah, so that
Nobody
whole thing was
actually-
your idea, that whole Irish-Scottish thing.
Yeah, and Todd was listening to it, and he's like, I don't know at first, but then he's like, it started growing on me. He really liked it.
Yeah, you defined that character. You're kind of like, I guess, what happened with, who was it, Jack Sparrow? I guess I heard somewhere that he really pushed for a certain type of, that guy that you see on screen now, and they didn't like it at first, but it was like that whole drunk thing. So like, you defined that character, and you totally defined Sheogorath. I couldn't imagine him as anything other than being that sort of Irish-Scottish type thing. So, damn.
I do want to be back for ES6. I've told them all along that, and the thing is, I've been back with ESO as other characters. I've been Ard Caddick. I've been Johannes Verlaine. I came back as Hermaeus Mora.
Right.
And Hermaeus Mora, people are like, well, what does that sound like? Yeah, that's a tough thing. What does it sound like when you have 1,000,000 tentacles and eyeballs and no mouth?
You did a good job of that as well. Yeah, he's kind of like mumbling through the tentacles. Is that what you're going for? Or?
It's all telepathic.
Yeah.
Your conversation with Hermaeus Mora is in your head.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
When you hear him in Dragonborn, your connection to him is a little fuzzier. Hermaeus Mora has kicks and slow dragging it out and drag.
Wow. So
By the time you get to ESO, your character in ESO is a lot more kinetically, psychically powerful.
wow, it's super interesting. So it's like a connection.
Oh, you're hearing Hermaeus Mora in the same kind of voice and sing-song, yet not the clicking or slurring and not nearly as slow.
That's awesome. Okay. Wow. You learn
It
something every
depends
day.
upon your psychic connection. It also depends on how much freaking lore I have to shove into this this ESO lore sandwich for Hermaeus Mora. And the dialogue with Hermaeus Mora in Dragonborn is unskippable. People were telling me, they're like, Wes, I wanted to gnaw my leg off and get away from you half the time.
There's a bunch of Texans telling you this. Wes, I want to gnaw my leg off.
Now, Zero Hawkman says I was amazing on Young Scrolls. That was fun to hear. What's very funny about that is people would come to me later and go, hey man, you think maybe you should cover that. They did a thing with your voice. You should cover some of those songs. I'm like, cover them? That was my voice.
Right.
That was.
That'd be kind of a step backwards. Yeah.
There's a reason why. And the thing is, I do find a difference in people who will take the audio, cut it up and edit it, and do things with it, as opposed to people who will copy my voice and do AI. AI, I'll punch you in the nuts. The other, I'll shake your hand and tell you you're funny. There's a difference there.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Don't steal my voice. Don't steal my livelihood. Don't make me say things I wouldn't otherwise say unless we can tell that you've been editing it. I can't order pizza anywhere in the country anymore in a Sheogorath voice because people start spitting in my food because the soundboard has been used so many times to order cheese from restaurants. So,
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
which is funny. I love the Imperial Guard song. I think it's hysterical.
It's my favorite song.
If you're going to be creative and you're going to do some stuff, it's fantastic. But don't steal my voice and then make me say things repurposed with AI.
Right.
That, we just went through a whole strike about that. And we're settling the strike now. And the thing is, what we want is permission and compensation. But the companies otherwise beforehand were able to take your voice, create something out of it, and you get nothing. But try to use a corporation's logo and get away with it.
Right. Yeah. For real. Yeah. Now, we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but I'm kind of on the fence about like when I saw Rogue One and they had that like CGI Tarkin, and then the fact that Disney like bought James Earl Jones's voice to use in, post.
But the thing is, they got permission
True.
from folks to do it. They got permission from Carrie Fisher's estate for what they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Permission from Cushing's estate. Permission from James Earl Jones. And now, of course, he's in Fortnite saying Nazi bullshit.
Right. I know. Yeah. So there's always like, it's tough. Yeah. Fortnite, man.
but his estate is getting paid,
That's good. Yeah.
and they had permission. Well, that's one of the things with the guidelines that we wanted with AI and permission. You can't just go and make. I think that's one little slippery slope there with James Earl Jones, and I don't think the company was happy that people are taking this and making him say these things.
Yeah, I think that is part of the game though. Like you're allowed.
The company wasn't making him say these things. It's the
players.
You know, yeah.
It's like how they have to put.
It's not the tool, my friend. It's the tools.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like any game that's online, I always have to put that note that like online interaction does not reflect the ESRB rating or whatever, stuff like that, because I know people are gonna.
Yeah.
Man, being in like Call of Duty lobbies in 2010, everyone was saying the N word and stuff like that. So I was like, I totally get that. Now there's a whole other layer to it.
As long as that word is "enwa," we're okay.
Oh man, guys, where am I going? Help me out! I'm stuck in the Feldu cave.
Oh, Wyoming wants to know about the time I was ill. Yeah, I had a really, really bad cold during one of my sessions for Shivering Isles, and they had me voice the Imperial Guard. And the Imperial Guard sounds like he has a really bad cold. And it was perfect because he's standing out in the middle of a storm. So it was super method.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he sounded like he has a cold because he did have a cold. Yeah, That's awesome.
The estate, when a person is deceased, are their family members, are the people who have the power of attorney.
Yeah, it's just from an artistic perspective, it's interesting. I mean, it's obviously totally immoral to steal someone's voice. Definitely more immoral to take it legally and all that. But it's just like it's him, but it's not him. And,
right.
So
well, I mean, the thing is, we wanted to have him back there, and the reason that they did this was so that Darth Vader could continue in all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I don't know, whereas it would have been like, we want Darth Vader now to appear in everything we have. You know?
Right, yeah.
Have him battling Mickey Mouse in some Disney game. That's just not...
Yeah, they'd have to use it sparingly, I would think. That's what I would do.
Someone asked what it's like during the off season with the Capitals. I do a lot of things. I'm traveling. We're going to Texas. I'm going to England this year.
Ooh.
We're going to go over to the UK in August and spend a few days out there, and then we're going to travel via the super tunnel to Germany, Cologne, Germany, and I'm going to spend a few days at the Gamescom in Germany because we're working on a brand new game called Horror in the Library by Blue Donut Games, and I'm going to play the Mad Professor.
Oh, that's sick! I gotta play that.
Yeah. So we've already done a little bit of it. They're going through the union, so it's a very cool thing, and they didn't have to because they're in England, but they wanted to work with me, and I'm very glad they're doing it that way. And so I'm going to go over there and actually help them write some of the lines for the Mad Professor, and we're going to hang out and hit the local pub. And if there are any gaming companies out there want me to make a visit during the few days I'm there, I think it's like the 16th through the 18th, I'll be in England. So if anybody wants a visit from the Horror in the Library folks and have me come by and do a thing with the gaming, I'd be more than happy to make an appearance.
That's so cool, man.
But yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're looking forward to it. Not looking forward to the trip back because we're going to be traveling through Istanbul on Turkish Airlines, which right now seems a little scary with what's going on in the world. My wife is like, we're not going. I'm like, we're going. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. But I'll be wearing the hat with the Canadian leaf on it. That's for sure.
There you go. That's right. Yeah, I'm going on a trip with my family to Europe in October, and we're also kind of like on the fence sometimes when we're looking at the news. So, yeah, man.
Tom asked why Sheo's not voiced by me. So I wanted to. I was told later that it was an oversight, that things fell a different way. But if we were to go back, I might be doing it again. They've brought me back in ESO for my other characters. And I've come back as Sheogorath in Legends, and I came back in, what is the other one? There's Legends, there was...
I'm not really sure. What was the phone game? There was a phone game, the Blades, right?
Blades, yeah. I came back in Blades, but it was also... I mean, I played a dragon in that one, but he was an anagram. He was in disguise, but it was Sheogorath.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they've got to bring you back. You're such a staple in those games. If there's a...
I want to be back. I never wanted to not be back. I'm always available. If they ever want me, I am here.
Heck yeah.
Except no substitutes. Look at that.
Elytra.
Yeah, it's summertime and the ticks are about that big these days.
Yeah, you guys are. It's all humid over there for you, and between that humidity and the heat, my God.
I've not been to Norway, but if there's a convention wants to invite me, I will go.
You know, that's sick that
I'm
you're
going to be going to Syracuse, New York in October.
Ooh, man, you're zooming around. You're all over the place.
Yeah, we're doing a retro game con out there.
That's awesome, man. Shoot. I want to go to one like the Awesome Con or Not Con if that's still going on. It's just
Awesome Con. I would love to be back at Awesome Con. I love them. I've done some things out near Minnesota. We did the Twin Cities Con, and one of the things I love about Twin Cities Con is going out to Matt's Bar and Grill and getting a Juicy Lucy. Ever had a Juicy Lucy, Emmett?
No. Tell me about it.
It's a burger with the cheese grilled on the inside.
Oh, whoa, this sounds really good. Dang.
It's really delicious, but you got to be careful. Don't just bite into it because that thing will squirt hot cheese out at you. And truthfully, if you're on a first date and you bite a burger and spooge your date on a first date, it's considered bad form.
That I could imagine. Wow. It's like in Seinfeld when they roll the crepes too tight and they spray on everyone.
Kaisan, I will be in Germany at Gamescom on August the 20th to 22nd.
That's so cool, man.
Come see me.
Yeah, I'm so
Some
glad
of the
you're-
cons, we've been doing the photographs. I'll wear the Sheogorath outfit.
I've seen a lot of those. That Sheogorath outfit was that like custom made for you, or because it looks great?
I had to go finding piece by piece, and
Whoa.
I'd experimented with a number of different things till I found one that worked. And I have a Wabajack, I have a Staff of Sheogorath, but I can't really take those on the planes.
True.
They consider them weapons, but like Awesome Con is nearby, and ones that are drivable, I've brought the Wabajack with me. And more people are happy to see the Wabajack than they are to see me. It's the same thing with the Capitals. I've got that Stanley Cup championship ring, and people are like, listen, Wes, it's okay that you're here, but, we're here for the ring.
That Wabajack was cool. I was able to hold that when we hung out, and that was pretty neat.
Kaisan, you got to come meet me in Germany. Come meet me at Gamescom.
I'm such a sucker for props and costumes and stuff. That's half the reason I like doing all those little skits. I have an excuse to LARP, It's fantastic.
The Wabajack is a weapon. It's pretty heavy, isn't it, Emmett?
Yeah, it's hefty. It's got some. You could do some damage with that. Yeah.
You could. I mean, it may not be able to turn you into a chicken, but it could turn you into a vegetable if it's hit hard enough.
Well, I don't know. You turned me into a chick, and everyone saw millions of people.
Yeah, it did. Turned you into a chicken right there in front of the Celebrity Deli, which is a dangerous place to be a chicken, let me tell you.
Going right into the next Wes Johnson sandwich.
Did you have the Wes Johnson sandwich?
I did. Wasn't it Reuben or?
No, it's roast beef with
the roast beef, right.
roast beef with Munster, on grilled sourdough, coleslaw, Russian dressing, and if you get it with egg, that's going full Johnson.
Full Johnson. I definitely had that because what else would I have gotten? It was very delicious, muy delicioso.
Hilla 6412. Have the folks in Ireland reach out to Gung Ho Booking and tell them they want me to come to Ireland. I will come. I want to be there.
That's so cool. I'm so glad
That's
you're
the
doing
thing.
horror.
Anybody wants me to come to a con, I have to be invited by the cons,
True.
but the cons don't know that I'm available until somebody requests me. So go to your con and say, we want Wes Johnson, bring Sheogorath, bring out Lucian, bring out the Protectrons and Silver Shroud and all this. I will come.
That's sick. Yeah. I need to go to more cons. We have one called Phoenix Fan Fusion here, and it was pretty cool. It was so packed though. I guess they downsized for COVID. So they had like half the area, but as the years have gone on, they've bulked back up to the original numbers. So now it's like it was a sea of nerds and costumes. It was hard to wade through, but it was fun. Yeah.
What's interesting is when you have people doing the cosplays, and the first day everybody's happy, everybody's got fresh and happy. By the third day, you can smell these people coming from around the corner because they've been wearing the same outfit for 3 days, especially the furries. The furries have been sweating up a storm in there. Their croutons are nowhere near crisp. And it's, you come around the corner and you say, why are my eyes watering? Oh my God, it's because of the princess. Hello there, princess.
Yeah, we literally we left kind of early because we started to like walk through fart after fart, and we were just like, no more.
Oh, let me tell you something. We do know, nerds can fart. Absolutely. We're sitting around doing nothing but consuming bad beverages and Doritos and bad food for 3 or 4 days. It is a methane fest by the time you're all said and done.
Oh no. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Unfortunately, I've been really into my girlfriend is obsessed with a K-pop band, and so we've been eating a lot of the Korean food, like ramen and stuff. So I've been eating ramen like every day, which I know is really bad for me because it's got a lot of sodium. But yeah, it's all really spicy, so I've been having these spicy poops, and it's not been fun, but it's delicious.
You've been backfiring like the Batmobile from the '60s series.
Exactly. Oh no.
And actually, I remember Gene Hackman passed away recently,
right.
And I was a photo double on the film The Replacements, and so I'm backstage near craft services, looking at the table of the food at craft services, what to get, and there's this big pot of chili that's bubbling. It looks like the Brea tar pit, just bubbling acid. Blip, 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 blip. And so I'm looking at everything on this table, and Gene Hackman comes walking up, and he's standing next to me. So Gene Hackman and I are just staring at the table, trying to figure out what to eat. And then about a minute later, he looks over and he goes, "Is anything good?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, they've got chili." And he looked over at the chili and he sees the bubbling tar pit and he goes, "Ooh, Heartburn City." So now, whenever I go anywhere, if I look at something and it looks way too acidy, like it's going to give me that Batmobile backfire the next day, I hear my Gene Hackman alarm go off, "Ooh, Heartburn City."
Dude, that happened to me, like, I think, like, right at when I turned 28, I got GERD really bad. And that, I used to drink like red wine like crazy, and I can't drink like alcohol really at all anymore. I drink like half a beer and I'm done because the heartburn and all that stuff is like, it's nasty.
Yeah.
It's nasty, yeah.
Yeah, when it burns your stomach, it's like, okay, we're done with that. Thank you very much, but no.
That is absolutely true. It's too bad though.
Everybody knows that instead of wine, you can always just huff glue. No, don't huff glue, kids.
Alright guys, did I do what I'm supposed to do here? I'm clicking on mushrooms, here we go. No? Oh, there's a passage. Ooh, okay. Getting deeper into the barrows.
Someone wants to hear a burro. I'll tell you what, and did they make a donation? Is that a donation there?
They did, yeah. Guys, try to make sure you're donating donate to the Alzheimer's Fund, so go to the QR code or the link in the description, try to donate there. And I'll give any proceeds we get directly to the channel, I'll also donate.
And Emmett, here's the one thing we need to do. They want the effort sound. So why don't you and I just do some effort sounds back and forth? We'll trade them. You ready?
Absolutely. That was how me and Wes speak to each other when you guys aren't around. That's our language.
Somebody should clip that and turn it into their phone alarm.
Oh gosh.
Just Zone said they appreciate the advice, but they didn't catch all of it because too much glue.
QR code at the bottom there, link in description. Please go donate. If we can cross $1,000, that'd be awesome. We're right at the cusp there, $971. Let's make it 1K. Let's do a great cause, guys.
Brian there says this is stupid. That's the point, Brian. You can't be stupid with your friends. Who can you be stupid with?
I'm so glad you're into horror. You're about to do a horror game. I've been doing a lot of trying to get into horror gaming myself. I want to consider myself like a budding horror buff, but I'm also such a wuss. We were talking earlier, and you said Sinners was really good, and I was telling you about how I watched...
Sinners was great.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, so I'll definitely have to check it out.
There was one line that they should have had in there. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Somebody asked me.
That is the Imperial Guard. The way it functions when you have a bounty, it just follows you forever. It makes such a good horror character, and I've definitely used it as such in some of our skits. But yeah, I'll have to check out Sinners. But I can't do the slashers and like stuff with just too much gore. It just depresses me. I told you I dragged.
Well, the thing is, there's a little bit of gore in this one, but it's not about that.
Right, and that's okay as long as there's more going on than just the kills. Like I'm all good. But yeah, I tried to watch Final Destination with Max, and I thought it would be funny. And I was able to like laugh a little bit in the beginning, but by the end of it, I was just so bummed out. It was depressing.
Actually, you know, a good movie.
What's that?
I saw a movie. I don't go back to the theater and see movies again. I don't. I just generally don't. This one I did. I've seen it twice in 4 days now.
Wow, sick.
That's The Life of Chuck.
Oh yeah, I've seen you posting about that one. That one looks like a breath of fresh air for what we have in theaters right now. It just looks like
It's unusual. It's different the way the storytelling goes. You're not sure where they're going with it at first, but then it surprises you. And it'll hit you in the feels.
That's awesome. I love oh god, what is his name? The guy who plays, you know, the villain from Avengers. What is his name, guys? You know, he plays Loki.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. I love Tom Hiddleston. Yeah.
He's not. It's not. It's an ensemble piece, and Tom Hiddleston's not in all of this film.
Okay.
I want to figure out how to pronounce Cheadle. If I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Ooh, let me look it up.
That out. The actor. Tweedle Edfor. He's English.
Let me look it up. Life of Chuck cast. He's one of the actors in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Chiwetel. Let me see. Chiwetel Ejiofor? I have no idea. But yeah, I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
He's so good that I want to know how to pronounce his name.
let me see how to pronounce.
Karen Gillan's in it. Mark Hamill has a wonderful role in this. It's one of the best things he's done. Here we go.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. That's what it said. That was just Google. I hope it's right. I don't know if it's right, but
And we trust it.
I have no idea. Best I can do. You gotta say it like the Siri voice though.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great though. He's in a lot of good stuff. Yeah, the one horror movie that I adored and I dragged some friends to go see it, and I saw it multiple times in theaters, was Hereditary. I don't know if you saw that one, but that one freaked me out. And it was one of those movies where oh, you haven't seen that one? Ooh. I will say it's dark. It's like it's not fun at all. It leaves you yeah, but it's like it hits you.
Not at all. You should check it out.
Yeah. It's gonna make you sad. You should check it out, man. No, it's fantastic, and it is one of those movies that I wanted to like watch it with people just to get the reaction. But it's a heavy one though. That's all I'll say.
Someone here, do I read? Do you plan to do any audiobooks? Do the Dark Tower? I love the Dark Tower series. I would love Stephen King, although Stephen King reads a lot of the stuff himself now. But I would love to do that. Yeah.
We got some Wes's in the room. I think. Where are they?
I've been reading a lot of his. I started doing the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, and then I got caught on the whole Holly Gibney thing, which is not really Stephen King scary stuff. And now, of course, The Life of Chuck is a Stephen King not scary thing. And this movie is, I think, the best Stephen King non-scary thing since The Shawshank Redemption.
Wow, that's saying a lot. I will say I'm a fan mostly of his non-scary stuff. That's my favorite of his stuff. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption is incredible, and then Stand By Me. I love Stand By Me. But then
Tom
of course,
asked who I voiced both Martin and Joffrey. I did. They gave me those lines to begin with, but then again, Ralph and I both shared a lot of lines. Ralph did the Lucy and LeChance lines as well. I also did the Vincente Valtieri. All these tracks, if you listen to the original Oblivion, are hidden in there. You can go back and hear me voicing them. The tracks are actually on the disc.
All the files, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. You didn't voice all the Bretons, but you did voice Vicente and Joffrey at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool. I knew I heard that somewhere.
And Martin. I voiced Martin as well.
Oh man, that's great. We need a mod, guys, that replaces all the unused Wes voices and puts them back in. I think it's so great.
I mean, I've died just as many times as Sean Bean has, which you get right down.
Probably more if you consider all the players who have come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love the when someone puts the meme up with all the Spider-Men. I thought that was hysterical. Pointing at each other.
Yeah. You can have all the different Wesses pointing at each other. Sheogorath and Imperial Guards and.
No, Sean Bean did his own performance. He never heard of me. You could ask Sean Bean who I am now or Patrick Stewart. I've done 2 games with Patrick Stewart and never had a chance to meet him. I was Klingon captain who battled him in Star Trek Legacy. And he and I are battling and talking back and forth at each other through this thing. The only closest I ever got to meeting Patrick was I was at a building where he was at a place called Sutton Place Gourmet getting a sandwich, and somebody goes, Patrick Stewart's downstairs getting a sandwich, and I'm like, I'm gonna go say hello. But this place, which is normally the slowest place in the world, great sandwiches, but they took forever to make the sandwiches. In this instance, we're like grease lightning. Got him in, got him out quickly. By the time I got down there, like Kaiser Sose,
That's so funny. Wow. It's cool enough to just be on the same work as these guys. I'm sure it's just exciting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool.
I tried to kill him in one game,
Speak quickly,
and I let him get killed in another.
Okay, there you go. It all evens out.
Speak,
I'm sure you've
citizen.
seen that screenshot of, I think it's just like Wikipedia listing like the voice actors for Oblivion, and it's like, it's got Sean Bean and all those guys with their single character next to them, and then it gets to you, and it's like this paragraph of characters.
My son sent that to me.
That's great. Oh my god, it's fantastic.
That's very funny. I'm the guy who gets to say, "For the Emperor,"
Yeah.
at the beginning, and then of course, what do? I get myself killed. He gets himself killed. It's just, I mean, I'd say spoilers, but this is first 5 minutes stuff.
Oh, yeah. Glenroy, yeah. Pour one out for Glenroy, guys.
Yes?
Oh, hello.
Triumphant
Hey,
champion
nice
returns.
inflatable helmet again, buddy.
Do you feel any different? Now that
So
you've
this
been
I'm
through
actually
this
excited to
experience,
see because
Eddie,
they changed
you know what it's like
Thaden's
now.
voice actor.
As
It's
a token
not
of my gratitude,
Craig
which is
anymore,
to say-
unfortunately. I forget his name, but he's been a voice actor in Skyrim. But Thaden's got the famous soliloquy. Let me recite my soliloquy. And then he like drinks the poison food and then he dies, or eats the poison food and then he dies. So it's gonna be very interesting to see a different soliloquy. I mean, the same soliloquy being recited differently by a different actor.
One of the things that they fixed that I'm happy about is that when you ask Lucian about rumors now, he still tells you I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create.
That's a
Whereas
badass line.
when Knights of the Nine first came in,
Always
it
a
switched to
pleasure.
him giving you a rumor about the prophet, and it was like, no,
Right, yeah, because they try to, yeah,
fine.
they want everything to point to that new DLC, but yeah.
Why, look who's here.
Here we go.
You. How about that? Well,
How about
you've experienced both shades of madness. Wonderful. You seem fulfilled. Full of fill. Bursting at the seams. Seamless. Now, to the meat of your endeavor. The crux of the situation. The reason for your being here. And the likely cause of your death. You'll be stopping the Grey March, altering the course of events, breaking the cycle. A fly in the ointment, a new cause for a different effect. We're going to change things. No, things will be different this time around. You'll be my champion. You'll grow powerful. You'll grow to be me. Prince Shades of Madness, a new
Spoiler.
Sheogorath. Or you'll die trying. I love that.
Notice the accent disappear? Or you'll die trying.
Because you seem a nice enough sort. And you've made it this far. And if you don't, I'll swallow your soul and vomit it into the ever-filling chamber pot of the ageless. But mostly because I asked nicely.
You're scary, man. Threatening.
But you notice when he gets malevolent, the accent
At least
slips
I don't
down.
think so. But you'll have power. My power. Try not to lose it. It's a pain to replace. But for all intents and purposes, you'll be me. A me to fight the him. Since I won't be around. It's simple, really, if you don't think about it.
These are great lines, too. Man, they really went crazy for this character.
Well, not here. Didn't I say that? I'm never here when Jiggalag walks. It's one of the rules. I've told you too much for now. Listen to me. Prattle on. I can see your mortal brain straining. We'll talk more later. Now, you've seen the great torch that burns brightly over New Sheogorath. No, because it doesn't. It should, but it doesn't. You'll fix that. You'll go to Sylarn and bring back the flame of Agnon to relight the torch. Oh, and take care with my minions at Sylarn. In their eternal quest to please me, they're constantly fighting over Sylarn. It can be tiresome, but really, it's divine. Divinely tiresome. Well, that's your problem now. Off with you. I don't want to see you again until the great torch is lit. I wouldn't want to have to hurt you much. Oh, don't forget to make use of dear Haskell. Between you and me, if he's not summoned 3 or 4 times a day, I don't think he feels appreciated.
Very cool. It's such a wild character. He's, I mean, he's the quest giver and the protagonist in a way, but he's also so terrifying, so threatening. It's so unpredictable. It's fantastic.
I love the character, man. It's like one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah, they really. Do you know if they got like a different writer for him, or like because they went, all you guys went
Mark
crazy.
Nelson, I think, wrote a lot of this. Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson.
Mark Nelson. Okay, cool. He knocked it out of the park, man.
Come visit again. Look out your eyes.
How uncomfortable.
I think Mickey D was asking about the story you told earlier about getting that, basing the accent off of your buddy who worked at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it true you based your Irish accent on a man from Cork?
A man from the Irish Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's from Cork, Ireland. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Super cool. All right, where are we going? Where are we off to now? All right, so we're at $1,800. Let's try to get to 2K, guys. This is really, really cool. Remember,
Nicely done, guys.
If you want to donate, make sure to use the QR code or the link in the description. Please don't do it right on the channel. Or if you do, we'll just send those funds to the charity after the stream. So.
Get out your wallet. What's the matter? Getting tired?
Yeah, my favorite quote that I had you when you signed that that picture for us, I had you write it. It's just such a clever line. The "We'll move mountains, we'll mount movements." That's one of the coolest. I don't know why. That's just such a clever little play on words there. I mean, all of his dialogue is super clever and colorful and very reminiscent of like Alice in Wonderland and all that. But I love "We'll move mountains, we'll mount movements."
Lambs donated wrong. How did you donate wrong, Lambs?
You can't donate wrong. As long as it either goes to the charity or us, it's all good. But yeah, try to make sure it goes straight to the charity if you can.
Bring it on.
Alright, here we go. Let's see. Let's try to do one more. Man, the coloring in this world is just gorgeous. Well,
It is really nice.
do you prefer Mania or Dementia? It's kind of a toss-up because like Mania is stunning, but the characters in Dementia are more colorful in a way. So
Now, where is what's his name? The suicide guy.
oh yeah, he's in Dementia. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Dementia's fun. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I messed up that quest yesterday. I tried to push him, and I just had to get him with my sword.
I love how he screams at the end, like he's been asking you to do this, and then suddenly,
Yeah. Yeah, which is unfortunately, yes, statistically true. So remember that, guys. There's always something to live for. They could. I was telling Max, like, oh boy, I don't know if they'd ever make a quest like that nowadays because it's such a touchy subject. But lesson. There's a lesson in there for sure.
we are $144 away from $2,000.
Ooh, let's keep it up, guys. Oh, now we're definitely doing some free solo rock climbing in my fine purple coat. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Yeah, seriously, it seems to be a warm day for what you're wearing out there, Emmett.
I just like to my little headcanon for all my characters is that they're very well to do, but then they're also sort of it's almost like a Bruce Wayne of Cyrodiil.
Well, actually, you're climbing the rocks in something that looks like Keith Moon's about ready to have himself a whiskey party.
That's true. I'm not that cool right now, but yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, venomous Ballywog.
Ballywog.
That's such a Harry Potter name. It's the venomous Ballywog. Look out.
Well, I do think it's Foskis. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate it, Sam Speak. I'm glad I made it through too. Yeah, they didn't think I'd make it, and they didn't think I'd be me when I came back. But unfortunately for them, I'm both.
Holy smokes, dude. Yeah, I didn't know that the funds were for that. I thought it was all to get you well, so that's crazy.
Oh, initially it was, until then it was to get me well after that. But it changed fairly quickly but there was a day or two that it was supposed to be a funeral expense because they were told I was not going to make it. In fact, the doctor said that somebody with the same kind of symptoms I had came in the week before and did not make it.
Oh my god. Wow.
So I think I had so many people pulling for me and so much good vibes from everybody on the planet who just reached out to me and kept me here. So thank you guys.
Absolutely.
The funny thing is that it wasn't like it was just a matter of a normal procedure gone wrong and totally messing me over.
Whoa.
You don't expect these kind of things. You don't expect your body to betray you like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Austin, I'm feeling much better these days.
I have a friend who's actually
I'm
terrified
back home and
of
have surgery and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I have a friend who's terrified of getting procedures done because they're so afraid that something's gonna go wrong and they just try to avoid them.
Well, I mean, when you figure that when you go into the medical situation that somebody's going to, they're all professionals, this and that, and most of them they are, but remember, they call it a medical practice.
That's true. Wow. Yeah. Ooh, I don't want to think of them practicing on me. Gosh. But I mean, you're right.
No, the other day I was traveling through and a big black bear came by. I've been playing a lot of Oblivion Remastered. And I turned around and I get my sword out and I'm ready to go, and the bear just kept walking by.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm not chasing him down. I'm not going to kill him. Peace unto you, dude. I let him just go. It's like, why don't more animals and creatures and people in this world be like, oh, hey, that guy looks like he could murder anything or anybody. Think I'm just going to let him stroll on by.
Right, yeah, really. There's a YouTuber named, I think, Caleb City, who makes a lot of skits, and he does one about how all the enemies in games are entirely fearless, even though if they know you're like this warlord, this legendary hero, they'll be like, I'm going to take you down, and then they know they're just going
to... Right. That's insane. Hey, Kieran says, please stop praying for Wes. You're making him too strong. No! Keep it coming.
Yeah. Well, let's get to 2K, guys. We're almost there.
Galovian fur helm. Oh yeah, Mo Cronin. He's a great guy. Hey, I'm sitting here with Emmett swinging the hefty hickory. we're talking about getting out there with the new club and beating down the other teammates. Whatever happened to Max? How long is he going to be out?
I don't know. Let me text him right now. Oh, man. Let's see.
We're now texting Max. Wherever he may be, he's getting a missive.
Alright, just texted him.
Is there anybody in Oblivion or Skyrim who's as annoying as Preston Garvey in Fallout, trying to offer you different jobs every time you come around? I've got another mission for you.
Yeah, Preston.
Bastard.
Because I think that's the first time they had like regurgitating quests like that. Like it never ends with Preston, right? I think everything in Oblivion is finite, other than like you can send your pirates out to plunder for you every week. That's recurring.
Right.
That's not a mission in and of itself. That's just like you're ordering someone around. But yeah, Preston, it's the never-ending missions, which is a weird thing for that sort of a game, because there's an element of excitement from knowing that you've done everything, you've completed everything, and you can kind of close the book on one of your playthroughs. But yeah, with Fallout 4, it just it goes on forever, which I don't know. Go ahead.
I put him in a slinky nightgown dress and a big fuzzy animal head on top of him. So I see this guy looking like a cross between Marilyn Monroe and a furry coming at me all the time with these missions. It just makes it a little more entertaining.
That's the best way to play the game. I fully agree. Yeah. And I do love the building up the settlements and stuff. I really hope they attribute that to ES6, because if you could build a hold in the Elder Scrolls universe, oh my god.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave my room. That'd be so cool. Alright, we're here at Cylon, guys.
I told them, someone was asking me about the ESO thing. I said, I was talking to somebody over there. I said, here's what I want. I want you to have me come back as Sheogorath, except in the Shivering Isles, have somebody dressed like the guy in ESO brought before me and have me say, you should not have done that. And then zap him out over Suicide Hill. Or just find your way out past Suicide Hill when you see all the bodies laying there, and there's a broken body with a sign around the neck that says, imposter!
That'd be a great little Easter egg. I hope they have lots of Easter eggs in the new one. I think it was New Vegas that had a lot of little Easter eggs and stuff. And Fallout 4 had its...
Mick Mogus wants to know about a game that I played that I enjoyed, Red Dead Redemption.
Down with the Mezkin.
That, one of my favorite games of all time.
Begins now. Follow me.
That game made me tear up a little bit, won't lie. The second one. They're both great, but yeah, the second one, holy moly.
Well, the first one, when you lost Marsden, and his aunt starts voicing him, it was not the same.
At the Phoenix Fan Fusion, I saw, I forget his name, the guy who voice acted Arthur Morgan. I saw him from a distance, and I was just like, there he is. You know, that was one of the most exciting parts of the whole thing. Oh no. The Golden Saints are, here we go. Okay. Oh, phasing through the door.
There's a party going on around here.
The Golden Saints are... Aton Oriole!
To the Mezkin, for the glory of
Oh
Sheogorath.
my gosh. This is a cool concept for a... I guess it's a creature, these Golden Saints. It's not like, you know... What is it? It's not really a race. It's kind of its own Daedric thing. It's very interesting.
This is the least mellow rave I've ever been to.
Oh, poor thing.
Kneel before the saints.
Now, see how you're playing as an Imperial, which is very cool. I love playing as an Imperial because I get to make my own effort in battle sounds.
Dude, that's the reason I do it. I get to hear that Hawks and Burgals. There's just nothing like it, yeah. I had a friend, my friend Will from 4th grade, who actually introduced me to this game. He always played as an Argonian, which I thought was very interesting. But I gotta be the Roman hero that has the Wes Johnson grunts, you know? There's nothing like it. Activated elsewhere, let's see.
The enemy is upon us.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, she's strong. Uh-oh, I might have bit off more than I can chew here. I also still have my little purple robe on. I don't have any armor or anything.
For the Vanguard!
I'll hide behind the Golden Saints.
Nice. Someone asked if I'd work with Craig Seckler again in a heartbeat. I think someone else asked who's been in all 3 of the voiced games. I think Jeff Baker, myself, Linda Carter, Jonathan Bryce, maybe.
I always forget that Linda Carter is in. She does like the female orcs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And Liz Noon. Liz Noon, the Argonians.
Yeah.
He's Argonians and she's Khajiit.
Right. Yeah, that I'm aware of for sure. Yeah, and which totally makes sense.
I actually ran into her in the grocery store about a month ago.
Oh wow.
She had heard I died, so she was a little scared and surprised when she saw me.
Jesus. Yeah, dude, I had no idea it got like.
My eyes were greatly exaggerated. Thereby, I buy groceries.
Wow. Holy moly.
I haven't seen Michael Mack in a while. I've been wanting to reach out to him. And Keith Sarabica joined us recently for, we did one of our panels earlier this week. We had Craig there, Keith Sarabica, Liz was there, Jeff Baker showed up. It was a good time. And we just did the Shadow radio programs over the weekend.
That's sick.
And those were fun too. We had Jeff and Paul Eiding was a part of that. And we had John Patrick Lowry and Ellen McLean, Sniper Shadows from the Portal series.
Oh, iconic, yeah. Did I lose all my Golden Saints? Where'd they go?
Jonathan Bryce wasn't around for Skyrim? I thought, was he?
Who did he... Jonathan Bryce. Who was he voiced?
Jonathan has that, he was a number of the different orcs.
Oh.
I noticed one that was very, one that sounded very stereotypical gay orc, and they changed his...
I don't know if he was in Skyrim. He was the Nords and the Orcs then, right? Because I think they're the same voice actor.
Yeah, he was the Nords, yeah. Jonathan Bryce. Jeff Baker's amazing. I've known Jeff forever. Back when I got out of the Army, he was already doing voices and characters on radio in this town. And he was sort of like a hero of mine doing the characters and the impressions. And then I started doing that for a different radio station. Then he and I got together doing it was an old educational CD called Pigs, Interactive. I think it's still out there. Pigs, Interactive. And he played the Big Bad Wolf, and I played a Talking Frog Prince. And we were in a comedy troupe together. We joined a comedy troupe together, Jeff Baker and I. So we did sketch comedy together for years. And other people like that I've worked with doing comedy and things of that sort. Mike Rawson, who does all the ghouls and things like that for Fallout. Sherry Elliker, who's done a number of voices. Jan Johns, who you hear in all sorts of things these days. A lot of good talent in this area.
Yeah.
And those people that I would do comedy and sketch comedy with, those were the days, you know what I mean? I used to do stand-up back in the day with people like, Patton Oswalt and Martin Lawrence. All those guys were out. Dave Chappelle. They all left town. They were smart. They left town. Me, I stuck around and did radio.
Well, hey man, you've made quite the career for yourself, staying in town.
I got to work with Wolfman Jack for a number of years.
There you
was
go.
Great. That's right, baby, the Wolfman Jack. Cash, check, money order, baby. Hey, little peach and sweet.
For Sheogorath.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. I feel bad for the dark seducers. Oh my goodness.
Someone's asked me if I've watched Bacon, and I would imagine they're not asking me whether I've watched it sizzling in the pan.
Yeah, no, there's a YouTuber
Victory
named
is
Bacon.
ours. I have already.
Used to be
I will now
Archdeacon
claim
Bacon,
the
I think, and he does a lot of Oblivion content.
I see. We are about $59.50 away.
Ooh, guys, come on, let's get there.
I'm hitting that 2,000 mark, guys.
Let's do it.
We got Anonymous dropped in 10. Another Anonymous dropped in 10. Thank you, Tor, $25. Hundelin, $40. You guys all rock. Thank you. Remember, all of this is going to the Alzheimer's Association and helping people who are going through the worst time of their lives right now, both the families and those who are stricken by the disease. And it works for we're helping push research through. And if you want more information, you need to go to alz.org. They have a great site and a 24/7 hotline that you can call if you need help. Boy, when my grandmother and my mother were going through this, I wish I knew this information. Somebody
Yeah, this
would have
is
made a big difference.
great cause, guys. So yeah, use that QR code at the bottom there, or the link in the description. We just killed this lady.
And it's a spectacular death.
Yeah.
Those dark bows, are those pretty good?
I think so. I'm not much of a bow and arrow man, which I guess
Only like a 3. You're only getting a 3 on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of a bow and arrow man myself. I know the community is huge on stealth archers and all that, but I'm a sword and shield guy, you know? But okay, what do I do now?
I have not worked with David K. He has the sexiest Megatron voice. Oh yeah.
You'd be a good Megatron.
I could be a transformer.
Were you ever in any like choirs or anything when you were in school as a kid? Songs?
Just the ones that they get you all together and you all end up singing like a Three Dog Night song.
Okay.
First, the group, all of us singing. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word he said, but I helped him a drinking his wine.
Beautiful.
And then we're all, in the 6th grade singing about he always had some mighty fine wine. How would we know? They didn't share any of that with us.
Oh no. And then of course there's I Killed Santa.
Oh yeah,
Classic.
I loved I Killed Santa. That was fun.
I remember I saw J.K. Simmons talk
quickly,
years ago, and I forget the question that was asked, but he mentioned how he used to, in college, he was an operatic bass, which I thought would have been really cool to hear. And you have a similar voice, I feel like, or at least it rests in a similar spot.
Well, one of it, there was a guy's named Thurl who used to do the stuff for the Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
That was so great. He was so old Ravencroft or something like that. He had just an epic name.
For sure. Yeah, Thurl Ravenscroft, yeah.
Yeah. But the I Killed Santa is fun. Every year it sort of pops back up again during the holidays, but you can listen to it. Just go to ikilledsanta.com.
Is it its own website? That's so cool. It's awesome, man.
It's been on Dr. Demento, and Dr. Demento stopped doing the show. I Killed Santa was on Dr. Demento. I did other songs on there as well.
That's so cool.
Back when I was with HFS, we did the Klingon Bastard song. Basically, William Shatner rapping to MC 900-Foot Jesus.
That's incredible.
You Klingon bastard, you killed my son. Klingon killed my son.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's so funny because people think I do a spot on you, but I have to be actually very kind of particular if I really want to do it well. I have to usually do it in the morning when my voice is a little lower because your voice is a lot lower than mine. So I gotta kind of like fake it and kind of press it down as much as I can.
If you like,
I still love the shot of you eating the apple.
That's the original, yeah. That's the classic. Man. All right, guys. I'll let chat decide. Which side should I light up? Should I light up Arctuses or Dervenins? I'll wait for you guys to decide. But before I do anything, let's try to get to $2,000 for our charity here. So again, use that QR code or use the link in the description. Let's get to 2K.
We're getting very close. We're $24 away.
That'd be so
$24.50. Thank you, some random Altmer and Shetty, for making donations. Appreciate you guys very much.
I love how they have the names that make it sound like you're putting them down. Thank you, some random Altmer. There's someone who donates to us a lot named Rat, so we gotta be like, thank you, Rat. It's just...
Yeah, there are some names that you just, when you say it, it comes across. You wish it did.
It's like, hey, I'm not trying to be rude. That is your name. But,
Have you heard of the High Elves?
have you heard of the high? See, my old West voice, I feel like wasn't really you at all. It's kind of a weird marriage of your voice and Craig's voice, but I've perfected it over the years, I think, or at least tried to get a lot better.
I still think it's awesome.
Oh, thank you, man. I think you're awesome. Yeah.
I do not play piano. I can go deet 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 deet.
That's good enough for me. Yeah.
I do know John Patrick Lowry. John and Ellen, a wonderful couple.
cool. Hey, we just passed 2,000. Thank you so much, guys. That's awesome.
All right.
All right. So who should I light up here? Which side? I don't really know which one's. Is this Mania over here?
Ah, you burn with the purging fire of Agnon, the flame of
That's
truth,
Jonathan Bryce.
There he
flickering
is,
beacon
yeah.
of hope in the gloom of despond. Come, light the great torch for
Okay, so that's Dementia. All right, guys, Mania or Dementia?
Let your
Let me know.
I saw something online that somebody said, Wes Johnson's very friendly, but I called up Jonathan Bryce. I've got his home number somewhere and called him up, and he didn't seem friendly at all. What? No! Nobody wants you to call them at their home number. Jonathan's a friendly guy, but it's on Reddit somewhere going, yeah, Jonathan's not very friendly. Try calling him at his home number in the middle of the night.
What the heck? Yeah. the weirdest, it ended up being fine, but I was out for a jog, and I was like right in front of my house, and someone was driving by and rolled down the window and said, "Have you heard of the High Elves?"
Nice.
And I was like, oh! So I kind of waited to go inside. I don't think they knew I was in front of my house, but that was a strange moment. But the other thing that's funny is that giant Oblivion gate prop that we made for the skit. It's like right out front. So if someone knew and they drive by, they're just gonna see the Oblivion gate there. It's in pieces, but it's still, you can tell what it is. So if you look on Google Maps,
you
you
set
know
it
where
on
to look.
fire, although it would look spectacular for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I think we actually want to do that. We're gonna try and contact the fire department and see where we could like legally do that, and then because it would look exactly like the new remastered menu. I think that'd be badass. Yeah, so we're gonna try and do that.
If you call the fire department and say, "Will you help us burn something?" Those guys would be so happy. They never get a chance to express their inner arsonist. They're always having to put it out.
That's true. That's true. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely move forward with that. All right, what do you think, guys? What do you think?
Stop it.
Mania Dementia. Mania Dementia.
Bye.
All right, let's look for dementia just because we're trying to defeat dementia here.
Okay, let's do it. Is this all I have to do? Do I just stand here? Oh, I have to talk to him. All right.
We're defeating Alzheimer's and dementia, so we'll go there.
Absolutely. I'll light the great torch for you.
You are truly demented. Now, light the great torch.
Okay. Where does... Oh, there, I go over here. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. Kind of an aquamarine. Alright, then we get to talk to Wes over here. Talk to Wes over there. Oh, there you are. You're very impressed with me. Has anyone ever made this version of your cane? The Oblivion version looks a little bit different. It's got that eye.
Yes, I have that actually here nearby. Would you like to see it?
Oh, dude, we'd love to see that. Yeah.
Hold on.
Cool. Oh, he's a little tired. His eyes are closed. I don't know if you guys can see that. His eyes are closed. I've never seen that before. It's so funny. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's so cool, man. Whoa. That's quite the design. Wabajack. Well, that's not really the Wabajack, but it's a cool cane.
These are looking rather moist, and this one's a bit desiccated. We may pluck those from you when we're said and done.
Aren't you off to a good start? That's important. For me. Really, your work is going to save me a lot of time. The Grey March is upon us, and the ordering begins. Armies of order, sweep my realm! Death! Destruction! Then I have to pick up the pieces. And there are
Never
always
fun to pick up the pieces.
lots of pieces. I don't like it, having to rebuild my realm every era. Sometimes I forget where things go, like New Sheogorath. I can never remember where it belongs.
And
You'll
what a
change
pain that is!
Break the cycle. You'll stop Jigalag, and I'll have my realm to come back to. I've never actually tried that before. Why not? Something has to work. Once, I dug a pit and filled it with clouds.
No.
Or was it clowns?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It didn't slow them down. To be
It's
honest,
festive and
it wasn't
festering.
the best idea. And it really began to smell. Must have been clowns. Clouds don't smell bad. They taste of butter.
What a great image.
And tears. But this is all new. A fresh idea. Something I hadn't thought of. Until I did. It's sure to work. Even though it might not.
Oh.
Now, you'll need the respect of my citizens. They'll need a leader, someone to look up to, and I'm gone. They're the backbone of any great land. Except where the backbone is an actual backbone. Ever been to Malakoth's realm? Oh, nasty stuff. But back to the business at hand. You'll need to control one of the carts of madness. Replace a current duke or duchess, whichever. That will command respect. The people will rally around you. You'll
Huzzah!
have their love, their admiration, their complaints, whatever, as long as it keeps them on our side. No. No. Absolutely not. Well, yes, absolutely. Bit of a shame for them. But
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
they need to break a few eggs. Or skulls. There are rules, though, even in the Isles. Rituals and rules. You need to follow them. Speak to Arctis and Dervenin, the High Priest at the Sacellum Arden Sul. They can explain what needs to be done. And
Now.
always got our man Haskell to call on for help. Faithful, like a good hound, that one. And he looks better in a suit.
Beautiful.
Come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes. Another sheep.
All the little names and stuff, do they give you like how to pronounce this, or you just kind of figure it out?
Sometimes I'll just say, who is this guy here? And they tell me, and then you go.
That's awesome. The other thing is, I'm always curious about this. You like yell a lot, at least it's with Sheogorath, or at least I feel like it is. Just, do you have to like adjust your closeness to the mic, or what do you do?
You do, yeah. So when I'm back here like this, more like this, and then I'll come a bit closer when I want to speak in your ear.
Cool.
You understand what I'm saying? Do you really understand what I'm saying to you here now?
More like things found in the trash.
I think I got it, sir.
You'd be surprised what you can find.
I always
I'm
gotta
disappointed
kill
in
Thaden
your
because I want to
choice.
hear the thing.
Why you would choose to honor...
Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm placing a dupe.
Yes, how we would all aspire to be as great a leader as the first. We celebrate him with the ritual of accession. An important part of our history, my friend. Certainly. What does
Alright, so this is all about
one?
Another sheep
killing
returns to
Thaden.
the flock.
So I don't know if Max is gonna show up or not. I think he's kind of tired, but we can keep going as long as you want, man. Just let me know. Maybe do one more quest.
Put him on FaceTime. Put him on FaceTime.
See, okay. Want to FaceTime real quick. Let's see. Cool. What's up, guys? I think we're over 2,000. Let's see how much farther we can get. Let's keep it up. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You've been doing stuff like every day. You've been super prolific this last week or so.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a break tomorrow, but then Friday we're going to be doing. I'm going to be voicing the mod for King Gath.
Whoa.
And that'll be right from my booth. I'll be coming live from my booth as we voice that.
So cool.
And then the mod will be playing on Monday. Saturday we're doing improv. Whose apocalypse is it anyway? Sunday we're going to be doing Voice-a-Palooza Prime.
Wow. Okay, that's so sick.
Though he is the bringer of only.
Hello.
Hey.
I don't know.
What do you hear? Stand you're out welding things together. Maybe you should try welding yourself a watch.
He's roasting you in a Sheogorath voice.
Oh my god, of course he is. What's he saying?
He said, why don't you try welding yourself a watch? Yeah.
What's up, Wes?
Hello there, Max.
He says hello. We've been streaming for a while. We're having a blast. We got over $2,000 in donations to the Alzheimer's Association. So yeah, it's going good.
That's awesome. Congrats, you guys.
How was your first day at this new job?
Oh, you know, I've just been putting up data centers, and it's hot out there. I don't know what to tell you, Wes. I'm sorry. I don't have the one-liners off the top of my head right now.
Are you getting all sweaty in your crouton area? Are you showing refrigerator repairman crack yet? Has it already started to infect you?
He's just roasting you. He said, are you getting infected by all the sweat?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well,
I'd rather be in the ship.
You should get yourself a cool, refreshing mead.
yeah, you said you should get yourself some cold, refreshing mead.
I think I will.
Cool. All right. Well, you have a nice time. You can pop into the chat if you want and speak to the fans.
Might.
Cool. Cool. All right. See you later. Yeah, it's super hot over here, but it's weirdly enough, this is probably one of the only times in history it's like cooler here now than it is over there. I think, like just temperature wise, it's
Yeah, we had about 102 degrees today.
holy moly. Yeah, we are okay. We're right neck and neck. We're 102 as well, but yeah, we had actually some cooler days. Yesterday was like 98, so it was a nice cool day.
The air conditioner on. We came in the house. I got myself one of those Premier Protein pumpkins with a little espresso on ice.
Beautiful.
Sat here and drank it, and the dog climbed up on my lap and fell asleep for a while. It was pretty copacetic.
Beautiful. Yeah, going back to you were talking about weight and eating and stuff. I've been I feel like I've been very hard on my body lately because I've been eating a lot of Blizzards with extra M&Ms from Dairy Queen because that hits the spot. But then I'll be like, I gotta work this off. So then the next day I'll like go really hard at the gym. But then I'll be like, oh, those Blizzards, they're really great though.
You know what's really good that I've been eating recently that's very cold and it's not so bad for you?
What's that?
Outshine fruit bars. Have you tried those?
Oh no, I don't think I have.
They're made with like a lot of fruit, but you can get the sugar-free kind, but I get some with little sugar and it's fine. I had been getting the raspberry, which is amazing. The peach is fantastic. I didn't go for the grape because sometimes when you get grape, it's like not grape flavor. It's like purple Kool-Aid flavor. But this had sort of like a slight edge of the old Welch's grape juice kind of feel to it.
Welch's is the best, yeah.
And I have become addicted now to the Outshine grapefruit bars. So if you get a chance, they get 6 of those at a time, pop those in your freezer, pull that out. The sensation that you want with the cool and the sweet and the cold is great, and you don't have to worry about the M&Ms or the lactose from the flurry.
I'll have to try that out. Yeah, I'm the same with grape. I think when I was a little kid, and I go to the doctor, they had the flavored little sticks to like keep your tongue down, and the only flavor they ever had left because no one wanted it was grape. So no, I really don't like grape because it was always the one that was left.
And the thing is, grape was never grape. Watermelon was never watermelon. Yeah. It's like some weird chemical concoction. There's no way to do that. Now, Magic Mad Eye said that the coconut version are wonderful.
Ooh, yeah, a good coconut drink is phenomenal.
You're back! How nice for you! Does that mean you've made a decision? Or are you lost? Suicidal? Just let me know.
Jesus. Oh, man. All right. Decision.
A friendly word of warning before you choose. Once you've decided which Duke to replace, there's no turning back.
That's all right.
So which is it? What will it be? Mania? Dementia? The suspense is killing me! Or you, if I have to keep waiting.
See, every time we talk to your character, he's always like about to kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I choose Théoden.
A safer choice, perhaps. Maybe you'll live through this. Théoden's a bit lost these days. Besides, won't it be a grand surprise when you make his heart burst from too much green moat?
Jesus. Yeah, Théoden's kind of bohemian, right? Just like dances and paints and gets high.
We will speak.
That's his whole thing.
When your task is complete.
Well, what are you feeling, man? I don't want to keep you if you got places to be, but how much longer?
Well, let's give it about another 15. Let's go for another 15. Sound good?
Absolutely. Ooh, and in that 15 minutes, guys, let's see how much farther we can push this thing.
They even made Lucian look a bit like I used to look.
Really?
Have you seen pictures of me when I was younger?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that Lucian has that look on him now, and even Ron Hope had a little bit of that. They're starting to look a little bit more like me now.
That's so cool. How do you feel about that? Is that exciting?
Yeah, it's interesting. Truthfully, is it Kalara?
How may I
Is it X Kalara or just Kalara?
I think it's just Kalara with an X at the beginning. Silent X. A lot of gamer tags have X's on either side.
This is Lucy LeChance Kalara. The Night Mother loves you, and the Dread Father wishes to hold you in his embrace.
Oh my God, I'd be scared of Kalara if I were you.
Craig adds a lot to all the different character he is. So if you pull out the characters there. Now there are other characters of mine, like you'll notice now again, none of the beggars are me anymore.
That's a bummer. Anything that's not you anymore is a bummer, and I'm not just sucking up. Like, your voice was one of the best parts of the game, one of the most memorable
I
parts
have
of
to
the game.
say, the other guards aren't nearly as fierce.
I agree. Yeah, they remind me of like a Renaissance festival guy. They're like, huzzah! Hello, welcome to the which is fine, but yeah, yours was a little more threatening. Yeah.
When I did the Imperial Guards, I was basing them off of like some military and police guys I knew,
Smart.
who basically would, for them, they would tell you they loved you, wouldn't give you a hug. A nod of the head was as much as a tongue kiss and a big hug from them.
Yeah, for real. As a kid, the Imperial Guards were threatening. You really felt like the law was coming after you, so you did something good there. Let's go look at Thaden's painting. Oh, it's not bad.
Now, I have a question for the folks who are here today, because some people say they like Lucy and some like Sheogorath. Of the different characters I've done, are there any
Welcome to the House
that
of Mania.
you like more than others? I mean, there's the main ones, but what characters would you like to hear me reprise at some point?
You reprised Lucian already, right, in Skyrim, which was really, really cool. And
Yeah.
then it was also, honestly, one of the coolest times your voice was used almost in like a, I don't know, in a more spare way was when you were the Emperor in Skyrim. Because that took you back to Oblivion. Because it was your voice, it was like, oh, this guy's really from Cyrodiil. That's how it felt when you hear him speak.
And I loved that character. It makes me mad when people kill Titus Mead II without letting him talk.
Yeah. He's a badass guy. Like, he accepts his death.
There's an additional quest in there that'll pay off for you if you'll hear him out.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Speak quickly,
But he's
mortal.
pretty cool with what you're about to do, but it makes you then, doesn't it make you feel worse about it?
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, because he's like a cool guy. I mean, he accepts it he has a lot of pride and like calmness about the whole thing, and he's just he accepts it for what it is. He's courageous. He's a courageous guy, and then yeah, but that's
My job is to make you feel bad for having to kill any of my characters except for perhaps Ron Hope.
no, it's so true. And it's just like you're in the one room with him alone, and that's the only that's it for the character. It's just that one little scene, that one moment, but it's extremely memorable point in the game.
Because you don't expect really to meet him because you run into the imposters, you're in this, and when you finally do meet him, it's like, it's strange, isn't it?
Super strange, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, but I would say that's one of my favorite voices. Romanus Polis, people said. Remember Romanus Polis from the Arcane University?
Yeah.
Pelinal Whitestrake. Oh yeah, were you Pelinal Whitestrake? I guess you were. Yeah.
I was Pelinal Whitestrake, and I was the Prophet as well.
Yes, the Prophet is super memorable. Yeah, the Prophet's great, man.
The Cowboy Protectron wants to take the varmint and say, "Mad, it's mine." I love that with the Protectrons because I get to do a little voice differently occasionally. It's like, "Would you like a nice, refreshing Nuka-Cola?"
Those voices are fantastic as well. Yeah, I haven't played Fallout in so long. I can't point to the voices, but you did some of the big burly, what do they call it? The roided up mutant guys, right?
Super mutant. Someone there like Fox. Right, you Fox.
Oh, Fox.
I don't know where people are.
Fox is my favorite follower.
Because you killed them all, Fox, with your Gatling laser. You killed them all. You stole all my hit points.
Fox was my absolute favorite follower in that game. I always forgot that was you. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was in Fallout. I was Mo Cronin from Diamond City. I was the Silver Shroud, dear mistress of mystery.
Silver Shroud is very clear that it's you, but that's great. Yeah, it's exactly what it should be. Yeah.
Then there was this voice, which was basically Scribe Bigsley, very irritated to be working there with the water lions.
That's so cool, man.
I was Fox and Uncle Leo, and all those super mutants are like, "I smell you."
Uncle Leo? Is that a character's name?
Yeah.
Like from Seinfeld? I'm a big Seinfeld guy. I don't know about you. But that's great. Who was Uncle Leo? I don't remember that character.
I love playing the one character I played in Oblivion that scared me when I was playing it, middle of the night, when I jumped out, it was one of the Dremora. You know, and I'm like just there playing. And it's like, oh man, I scared myself. Damn it.
Yeah, and they put, I think they put some kind of filter over that, or you do, or maybe not. I don't know. There's some kind of like.
No, that was just me.
It's just you.
A lot of the stuff is me.
Holy
like
crap.
people think the Protectron, the halting, and all that is they only put a little electronic edge to it, but all the voices are me with the stop and start.
Whoa.
You know, and the thing when I'm doing the Dremora, you know.
That's really just you. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so cool. The quick Dremora line in Oblivion in Real Life 2 is an original line recorded by Wes when the Dremora is running at the two gentlemen, and it says, "You should not be here, mortals." It's a line from the game, and he like re-recorded it for our purposes, and I think, and that was yeah. That was really. I always thought that had like some kind of effect over it. That's so cool, man.
No, they may have the thing is, Mark Lampert would throw some things occasionally to do a little twist or whatever, but most of the sound, most of the stuff came from me. It wasn't like they were modulating. You got to make it sound a certain way. Yeah. Like, no, there might have been a little echoey, a little something, a little deepening, perhaps a little saturating, but it's all pretty much me.
That's so cool. Wow.
A farmer family, yeah.
Farmers are great.
I just did that. I just got Chillrend the other day.
Chillrend's one of my favorite weapons, yeah. Duskfang and Dawnfang, though, is just, you can't go wrong. It's just such a beautiful sword.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sword there. Umbra has been great.
Umbra's everyone says that's like the best, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can also suck a soul with that one.
I love sucking a soul.
Why, you soul-sucking sword.
Oh, dude,
it took me forever to get Umbra, though. I tried to get Umbra early.
The fight's tough.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard. Now my character is becoming Mr. Badass, walking into town everywhere. And you know, it surprises me. People are like surprised that I actually play the games. Well, I guess a lot of voice actors don't.
Yeah, a lot of voice actors are kind of disassociated from their games, and in terms of like the culture, like the gamer culture and stuff. I have noticed, but it's awesome that you do. I'm sure people love it.
Oh, I have to do this one line that reinforcements asked me to.
That's awesome. Oh my god, so cool, dude. All right, well we're at $2,100. Oh, and 26. Okay, cool. Yeah, $2,126. That's pretty great. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. We do appreciate you. Every little bit helps. You guys are making life a lot easier for some folks who are really going through it right now. And I hope and pray that your family doesn't have to go through it. But if they do, please contact the Alzheimer's Association. Please reach out to alz.org. Call the 24/7 hotline and get someone who's been there, understands, who's done this. Have them help you, because that's what they're there for. And they're the best people in the world. When I was sick, they helped me. When everyone...
Blessings, citizen.
Blessings, citizen. I think that's about right. Perfect timing.
All right, there's no way I can do this elegantly. I got to walk across the room to end the stream.
We bless them by helping out and doing what we can and dropping the gloves on Alzheimer's disease.
Absolutely. All right, Wes, I'll give you the last word. I'm going to go end the stream, but thank you so much, guys. Obviously, you can donate post-stream because the donate link will still be there and the QR code's still there. So, all right, and we should do this again, man. This is really fun.
I've enjoyed it. Tell your brother to show up sometime.
Yeah, we gotta get it when he's here.
First of all, Emmett, I loved being here with you and hanging out.
Likewise.
We need to do something else again, and if you're gonna come down towards the DC area, let me know. We'll go back to the Celebrity Deli and you can eat me.
Sounds like a blast. All right, I'll be right back, man. Thank you, guys.